race gets underway. It's going to be 15 minutes of racing for the Demon Tweaks Yokohama Classic Stock Hatch Championship. 5-second board is shown, so it's the yellow 205 of Chris Deere on the front row, and the white and black and red and yellow one of James Hazelhurst alongside him on the front row of the grid. Red lights go on and they go out. Away we go. Pretty even start between the two on the front row, but Matthew Stubbington making a great stride as well. Tries to go 4 wide on the way up to Rich's corner, and it looks like it's Stuart Place and James Hazelhurst that are beside one another for the lead race. In fact, it's Hazelhurst that's got it. Stuart Place has slotted into second spot as they go round Rich's corner for the first time, picking up the cars at the rear of the field. We go on board with Martin Kaiser here as well as he exits Rich's and heads up to the Wilson hairpin, onto the brakes, down through the gears. He goes. There's been a coming together a little bit further back. We'll try and pick up on who that is in the moment.
Is that Rick Groom there?
It may have been.
Yes.
It looked a bit groomish, didn't it? As we watch them as they make their way out of Wilson hairpin. So it's Hazelhurst leading, and it's Stuart Place in second.
Just about hanging off. It looks like Ted Cooper there.
Yeah.
He's trying to come up the inside. What a fantastic start from Stuart Place to give himself a shout there. And he's slotted into second. Ted's going to sit behind him. I'm just looking to see where Chris Deere is. And looking on camera now with Martin Kaiser. It's getting well crowded there. We've got Titch Keshall, and then can't quite see which Nova that is in front. I think it's Pete Osgood in front.
That's the Ted Cooper car.
That is the Ted Cooper.
Side by side though for the lead of the race. I think we've had a change as well through Hamilton's, because Stuart Place has got through on the inside line, and James Hazelhurst all over the grass. He's going to get back onto the circuit, but he's going to be behind Chris Deere, who'd had a bad start. He was back in 6th. He's now up into 5th position.
Oh, wow, what a fantastic play for a start from Stuart Place there, and Ted Cooper slotted into second, proving that yesterday was just an off day, and it's great to see Tish Keshall up into 3rd place and Martin Kaiser in 4th.
So they're coming through Williams now and onto the back straight. We're on board again with Martin in the XR2i here, down the straight. So it's just behind the sort of similar car of Kelsall, both XR2Is, and you can see there's not a lot to choose between them, but Chris Deere down the inside of Martin that time, and does he get through? Yes, he does, up into 4th position.
Oh, I'd imagine. I just think Chris just got a little bit bogged down. Chris Deere got a bit bogged down at the start there, and he'd be kicking himself, but he knows that as long as he finishes just a couple of places behind Stuart Place, he will seal the 2nd place. But it's great to have these on-board shots there. Oh, Martin got a little bit right, got a bit bumpy on the curbs there.
There he is. He's in 5th position at the moment. There you can see our race leader, though, Stuart Place, with Ted Cooper in the Nova up to 2nd. So he's had a very good first lap, hasn't he?
Oh, much better than yesterday. I think Ted was way down, I think about 8th place yesterday. It was an unusually bad. Oh, look at Matt Stubbinson's car looking there very, very second hand. Must have been a little coming together around the back straight there. Looking further back, looking at the back markers, and I can see Campbell has just got behind Osgood.
As we've got Chris Deere challenging Titch Kelsall for 3rd place into Rich's that time, but we're watching the leader Stuart Place with Ted Cooper just behind him as they swing out of Rich's up towards the Wilson hairpin. It looks like Ted Cooper thought he was going to have a look up on the inside there, but he doesn't quite do it. Kelsall there in 3rd, Kaiser 4th, Deere 5th, Hazelhurst in 6th, and then it's Jason Wood in 7th place.
Yes, I went. Oh, look! I'm just looking at poor old Matt. It's his birthday weekend. That's not the way he wanted to end the weekend. But Stuart Place looking good there in 1st place, being hassled by Ted Cooper. Stuart wanting to finish on a high and try and get a 1st place. Back on board with Martin Kaiser. He's going to try and get the drag on the XR2. He should just tuck behind him. And it sounded like the car was misfiring there a little bit, but maybe he's just hit the rev limiter.
Through the Agostini hairpin they go. Yes, I mean, Stubbington's car looks like it's in fancy dress or something, doesn't it? With the wheel arches poking out the side. It's had a bit of a battering from 2 sides by the looks of it. Cooper a bit wide through Hamilton that time there in 2nd place as he chases after Stuart Place. But Cooper, he's a driver that's always there or thereabouts, isn't he, in that Nova, and fighting for the win here. He's not had one as yet this season.
No, and he's not letting Stuart Place get away, is he? He's trying to get as close as he can. Maybe he's going to try and pounce towards the end. It's fantastic to see such close racing with no contact.
Yeah, I think Cooper's only done a couple of meetings before this so far this year. He's not done a full season, has he? So good to see him challenging for the lead. Down the inside, can he make this work as they go into Brundle?
They are side by side, and he's got it. He's done it before the corner. Fantastic move.
So Ted Cooper, number 4, goes into the lead of the race. Stuart Place down to 2nd. You were saying, Paul, that Stuart really needed to win this race with fastest lap to stand any chance of taking the championship, or taking second in the championship.
Yes, but he's not going to let this lie. As you can see, he's really eyeing up to try and get him down the straight. They're going round Coram now. It's a strange old corner. You're being chucked to one side, and then you have to brake as you're turning. It's a very difficult corner to get right. Now Stuart's going to try and line it up and try and get the best exit he can to try and attack him on the straight.
Yeah, cars going light up onto three wheels, several of them. Oh, Titchell's also get a very good exit from Murray's that time. If you don't have momentum there, that really kills you up the straight, doesn't it?
That's right. The going round Coram, you have to get everything set up for that long straight, because any minor error, you will really pay on the straight, and unfortunately that's what's happened to Titch.
So Chris Deere has gone through to third place in the number 46 Peugeot 205, but Martin Kayser couldn't take advantage. He's still there in fifth position in the number 88 car.
Yes, he'll be eyeing them up. He had these few problems yesterday in his car, and it looks like he's certainly ironed them out. And we're seeing different cars at the front than we did yesterday.
Yeah, which is good. It shows what open racing is, but it shows that the success ballast has some part to play as well.
I know Titch was absolutely thrilled with his fourth place yesterday, and his aim today was just to finish fifth or above, and he's certainly living to that. But I'm sure he's not going to let that lie, because he knows that Chris is carrying 40 kilos. So if he can stay with Chris, he might have an advantage later on. Oh, and a little bit of a tap there from Stuart Place on the back of Ted Cooper. Oh, that was close.
Oh, it certainly was, between the two leaders. Ted Cooper, number 4, the leader in the Nova, and now they're side by side as they go through Hamilton. It's Cooper on the outside line for the left-hander, Stuart Place on the inside line, and Stuart Place retakes the lead of the race. Stuart Place, he took the lead there on the opening lap as well, didn't he? He gets ahead of Ted Cooper this time and back through into the lead. But look, Chris is right with them now as well.
Yes, because they slowed each other up there. One was defending, one was attacking. It slowed them up, and now Chris Deere is right on their boot leads. Managed to get a different exit there. They can see they've just got a little bit of gap, but this is going to get very tense towards the end.
It is indeed. So they're on to the Bentley Straight. They're on lap 3. Probably going to be a 7-lap race if it goes the distance, with no safety cars or anything like that. So this is where, of course, a lap ago we saw Ted Cooper take the lead away from Stuart Place. He can't do that this time, but Chris Deere now a threat as well. And a little bit further back in fourth place, you've got the number 89 car, Titchell, then 88, Martin Kayser. Then there is a gap back to James Hazelhurst, who's not really recovered. He's sort of rejoined in sixth after that grassy moment on lap 1, and he's not really made any progress forward. No,
he's sort of, a little bit wide there for Martin. You see his car shaking. It's so difficult to get that line right. You just get the curbs. But now he's set up for Coram, and he's going to try and catch Titch if he can. This is where they all bunch up, and everyone wants to get the best exit. Now Ted's got a fantastic exit. He almost went to the back of Stuart Place. I believe he did. This is giving Chris Deere a chance to go on the outside as they come down the straight.
Yeah, and they're going to be side by side pretty much as they come over the line this time. Nothing to choose between them at all. It's Cooper on the inside line, Chris Deere on the outside line. Paul Thorpe's got his eyes closed, I think, now, as he can't look to see what's going to go on between the two of them. But
and Titchell's gone on the inside. He's trying to get on the inside of Chris Deere. You're doing 100 miles an hour around that corner. What a fantastic...
He's done it. He's gone through to third. That was a great move.
Fantastic move. I think Chris was trying to iron up everyone in front, and he didn't see Titch come and pounce. What a fantastic... Now Titch is trying to grab hold of Ted Cooper's place now. Oh, this is fantastic racing.
It certainly is. They're side by side for second as they go into Palmer. Stuart Place is a little bit further up the road because of that, but these two are almost door mirror to door mirror, aren't they?
Oh, they are side by side still.
Kelsall with a wheel on the grass there on the exit of the corner. He's going to have the outside line for Agostini. Chris Deere's trying to put his car between both of them. We're watching on board from Martin Case. He's probably in the best position of all of them.
And he's done it. I think he's done it. Oh no, he's gone wide on the exit. This means Ted can get a bit of traction out. Oh, this is fantastic racing.
It really is. So it's... which car is it that's ahead now? I think it's Chris Deere, isn't it?
It is. There we are. Chris Deere, now Titch, then Ted Cooper. But Ted Cooper's getting a better run on the inside of Tedchell, but he can't quite make it. Now Martin Case is trying to go side by side with Ted Cooper. And he's got the inside line for the next corner. There's another place change. No, Ted Cooper's hanging in on the outside. Fantastic racing.
This is at Oggies. They're heading to Williams now, the right-hander that brings them back onto the Bentley Straight. So they've got a long straight now to try and get a bit of a pause for breath, really, after a very hectic few corners there.
Yeah, them and me both. Yeah, it's, well, now they're setting up for the long straight. They're going to try and get to the toe, but as you can see, there's a little bit of spacing now. Chris Deere has got about 6 or 7 car lengths behind Stuart Place, another 4 car lengths back to Richard Kelsall, Ted Cooper and Martin Kayser. Oh, and Titch has gone a little wide. He's going to compromise his exit, but Ted's unable to pounce before the bomb hole.
He is. So we've got probably 3 more laps to go at the end of this one then. It's the Demon Tweaks Yokohama Classic Stock Catch Championship being led by number 87 Stuart Place at the moment. They're going side by side for third, very nearly Cooper. Ted Cooper trying to get the place back from Titch Kelsall. He started the lap in second position. He's now in fourth. Kelsall over the grass on the exit of Murray's that time. Does that sap his momentum?
It looks like Ted has got a fantastic exit. He's right in the slipstream. He's now ducking out, and I think they're going to come side by side. They are side by side. I say I put my hands in this corner. We're doing over 100 miles an hour on this corner. We only lift and plant. And yes, Ted has got the place back again.
And Kaiser carries a lot of speed into the corner as well. He's right on the back of Kelsall now, but runs a bit wide, does he? Goes to the left, goes to the right. He's going to get the inside line for the Wilson hairpin here. Can Kaiser get up into fourth place as the number 18 car is going to go into retirement? That's Darren Bassingthwaighte to think, but yes, he's done it. Martin Kaiser's gone through to fourth place, but runs wide on the exit of the corner. Kelsall's going to get him back, I think.
He's going to get him back, but then Martin Kaiser's going to have the inside line. No, Kelsall has actually managed to hold on to the place. This is what Classic Stock Catch is about. Fantastic close racing.
Yeah, and you can see there the work that Martin's putting in on the steering wheel as well. In the background, you can see it's still James Hazelhurst in sixth, but he's having a great battle with Jason Wood and Matthew Stubbington only just behind them. But this battle's so good, we're not able to.
We're not able to concentrate on it. Yeah. Jason Wood's actually doing very well there. He had an intermittent day yesterday, but no, he's definitely proven his worth now to make his place there. But look into this little battle. This is not going to be over until the Fat Lady sings, is it? Yeah. This is really going to be. I think Stuart Place and Chris Deere, they're now sort of on their own. It's the third place, the last of the podium places, which is really in contention.
Track limits flags going out to James Hazelhurst, to Paul Brock and Rick Groom, I think I could see from down below us as we're watching this battle for, 6th, 7th and 8th position. So James Hazelhurst, one of the drivers that I've just mentioned there, then Jason Wood and Matthew Stubbington just behind him, and then it's Ben Bateman, who was the surprise race winner at Donington Park earlier in the season.
He caught us all unaware, didn't he?
Including himself, I think.
Including himself, yes, I think. Oh, and Titch was just looking up the inside of Ted Cooper there. This is not over. Now, Ted's on 2 wheels. That means Titch is going to get a much better exit. And can he make it on the inside? I believe he has. He got it on the inside. Not quite. Oh, what luck was that from Ted Cooper? On 2 wheels, you lose complete drive. And unfortunately, Ted was unable to bounce, but he's trying to look a little look up the inside, but he can't quite make it work this time. Looking to the front runners, we can see Stuart Place now got a bad. Stuart's gone. He's outbraked himself. He's gone wide. I mean, Chris Deere is now into the lead. Now, come on, Stuart, back onto the circuit. Try and keep a podium place.
Well, that's sort of blown his chances of the championship now, I should think, or second place in the championship, I should say, as Chris Deere goes through then in the lead, and it's a lead of 2.5 seconds nearly now over Stuart Place. Ted Cooper third, Titch Kelsall fourth, Martin Kaiser in fifth spot, and then James Hazelhurst sixth. But there's Kelsall in fourth place, just behind Ted Cooper as they go on to their penultimate lap in this race.
Yeah, that was such a shame there. Chris will be struggling with his tyres now with that 40 kilos, but that's just worked perfectly for him. He's now just got to keep his head down and look where he's going, and he should be able to secure this. Looking further back, everything seems to be spaced quite evenly now. I think everything's died down a bit, but I wouldn't write off for a late-minute lunge for that. Oh, it looks like we've got a puncher. Paul Brock there, unfortunately, got a puncher.
Yeah, so I think he's going to head into the pit lane. I'm sure he realises that he's got that, and will be out of the race, unfortunately. So this is Ted Cooper in third place, of course. Now he's not far behind Stuart Place after that mistake for Stuart.
Yes, looking further back. So the first we've got Chris Deere, Stuart Place, Ted Cooper, Titch Kelsall, onto Martin Kaiser, James Hazelhurst, and then Jason Wood, and then Matt Stubbington. Looking further back here, that's not one of the PDC's cars. That's Martin Rogers with a bit of a ding in the door there. It looks like things are getting a bit closer on the further back.
Well, he's there in 11th, and of course he started the race from the pit lane, so that's been a very good drive from him.
Very good drive, considering his misfortune there.
Yeah, so it's well worth him getting the car fixed and back out into the race. Yeah, Paul Brock just beneath us in the commentary box, coming into the pits with that puncture.
1 second-hand tyre.
So we've got 1 more lap to go at the end of this one. It's Chris Deere in the yellow 205 heading towards us in the lead of the race. Stuart Place, number 87 in second, and he's under a bit of threat from Ted Cooper, number 4 in third place. And the other driver that's in that group is Titch Keltel now, because they've dropped Martin Kayser, really.
Yeah, Martin Kayser's dropped a bit behind, but those three are getting a little bit closer again. I think you said we've got a lap or two. Oh, this will be coming up for the last lap, surely, and they're getting a little bit closer. Oh, now Matt Stubbins really got behind Jason Wood now. That's the Jason Wood in the first of the PDC cars, and it looks like they're really going to be... Oh, it looks like the checkered flag's coming out. Looks like they're going to end the race now. This is going to be the last lap of the race, Ian.
Yeah, it looks like it. Checkered flag being made ready as they come up to the line this time. It was a bit of a delayed start to that one, of course. So checkered flag is going to be made ready, and it is going to go out then to Chris Deere. But who's going to be second? They're almost side by side as they come up to the line, and it's just Stuart Place by about a bonnet length that holds on. That equates to a tenth of a second. And look, here's Martin Rogers under a bit of pressure as well from the 73 car, which is Jason Watkinson. So Rogers has got himself up inside the top 10 on the final lap, but is he going to hold on to it? It's Watkinson that's alongside him, but just Rogers in the red.
Oh, he just got it there. Fantastic from Martin there. Like you say, he's starting from the pit lane to make up that many places. Fantastic driving.
And there's number 47, that's the Campbell car that started at the back of the grid. Well, he's up in 16th position, so he's made up a bit of ground. He's ahead of Pete Osgerby there.
Another one of the PDC cars there. Yes, Pete Osgerby, been racing for a very long time.
So they come through to check the checker flag. Osgerby there in 17th, and I think we've just then got Alan Geely possibly as the last driver to finish, because Paul Brock and Darren Bassingthwaite retiring. But I think, Paul, your real passion for Classic Stock Cat showed through in that race, and we can see why. Yes,
I do get a bit excited. I've been involved with this class for 10 years. I haven't been racing full-time for a number of years now, but and now do the rep duties, and I'm still involved with the championship, and this is what it's about. It's all close racing. We're incredibly friendly in the paddock. We had a few problems yesterday, but we all got together and we got the cars back out there, and that's what it's about. And I'm extremely passionate. I sometimes think I might get a bit too excited, but I'm just so passionate about this class. I think it's just fantastic.
And you'll be back for next year, won't you?
Oh, there we are. That's actually the PDC crew there. We got Nick and Dave. They're clapping their hands. It's great to see them. I can see you, Dave. Yes, Dave and Nicola, give us a wave. There we go. That's part of the PDC. There we go. Thank you. That'll get me a free gin. They get pin gin there that sponsors them, so I might get a gin later out of that.
Thumbs up. Yeah, you're in there, Paul.
Oh, well, I can see you, Tina. Don't hide.
Anyway, that's yeah, fantastic. Fantastic to see them celebrating and supporting as well. Paul's beside himself, besides me. We've got the cars. They've headed into Parc Fermé. I don't know. Shall we have a quick look? Yeah, we'll do a rundown on the results. So Chris Deere that took the win in 46 with 2.47 seconds in hand over number 87, Stuart Place. Third place went the no way of number 4, Ted Cooper. Fourth to number 89, Titch Keltel. Fifth was 89, Martin Kayser. Sixth to number 12, James Hazelhurst. Seventh was number 41, Jason Wood. Eighth, 67, Matthew Stubbington. Ninth, 93, Ben Bateman. And running out top 10 from the pit lane, number 39, Martin Rogers. And further back, Jason Watkinson, 11th, then Ryan Clark, James Hancock, Rick and Steve Green, 14th and 15th. Robert Campbell, good drive from him to 16th. Pete Osgerby, and then Alan Geely, the last of the finishers. We lost Paul Brock and Darren Bassingthwaite during the course of that race. So that was the final round of the 2021 Demon Tweaks Yokohama Classic Stock Hatch Championship. We'll look forward to much more of the same in 2022. But let's head down to Matt Suckling in the pit lane.
Thanks very much, Ian. Yep, down here with a race winner for the second time this weekend, Chris Deere. Many congratulations. That was another good race and a victory.
It was. We had to work a bit harder for that one, to be fair. It was, yeah, a bit of a battle, but it was good. It was good. Yeah, we had a good time. I think there was a lot of fast cars up the front, all racing together. I think it was much better for the... I was probably on TV this time rather than just by myself at the front. So, yeah, happy with that. So, yeah, good.
It was a cracking race to watch. So there's places changing all the time, and that is really what Classic Stock Hatch is all about.
Absolutely. All the balance has changed from last race with the success ballast and things like that. So who was quick is now slower, and it just all changes it up, which is the idea. I still think, you know, the right person won, but I'm biased. But yeah, it was a good fun race, and yeah, it was all clean. I think I had a little nudge from the first corner. I know to go on the inside and accidentally tapped Matt round. I think it was Matt. But other than that, yeah, it was a good race. I will go and apologise to him, though.
And that result secures you, I think, second in the championship as well.
Yes, it does. I just had to basically finish behind Stuart or near to him for the points, and he was. I think he came second. Yeah, I think he outbroke himself into the last corner. I don't know whether I'd have risked making a move, but you know, you take a win. You don't get many wins in motorsport, do you? So when they come to you, you take them.
Well, well done, Chris. Hopefully we'll see you back next year.
You will do. I'll be here with my boy. He was watching the game today. So yeah, the absolute alignment team will be back next year. See if we can go one place better for the championship.
We'll see. Well done, Chris. Many congratulations this weekend. And you can definitely tell it's the end of the season because Rick Groom's car is a little bit battered, worse for wear, but they've done well this year in the Classic Stock Hatch Championship, and we look forward to much more in 2022. But for now, we're going to move on with the 5 Club Racing MX5 Cup, and we'll look forward to see what they deliver in the next race as we hand you back to Ian and Josh.